Welcome back to Sleep Hacks, and more specifically, the weighted blanket sleep hack. So for those of you who've been following the channel, you'd be well aware that I use an Oura Ring to track my sleep and recovery. And from what I can understand, the Oura Ring is the latest in technology when it comes to sleep tracking. It has a multitude of data, which is very interesting and very accurate in regards to sleep tracking. Now, I've also been manipulating things during the last 6-month period to see how to best to optimize my sleep. And up until this point, the one main biggest contributor that I have found has been meal timing. So if I have my last meal ideally at least 6 hours before sleep, I've found that my resting heart rate is lowered, my heart rate variability has increased, my respiratory rate has lowered, and typically my deep sleep is higher. So that was the main biggest contributor that I had found up until this point. Now, in saying that, in the last 6-month period, I have put a high priority on sleep, as I think sleep is one of those things that we take for granted. And I know even myself in the past, I was proud of the fact that I could function quite well on 5.5 hours sleep. However, moving forward, as I'm trying to push my performance to another level, I think sleep is something that I really need to put a major focus on. So in that last 6-month period, I have been putting a focus on total sleep. And as you can see by the trend, from January through to April, I managed to increase my total sleep from 6 hours 40 average monthly to 7 hours and 15 minutes average. So that's quite a significant increase in my total sleep. However, in May, my total sleep slipped a little bit. And in June, there was a few factors that affected me getting total sleep, and it slipped a bit further again. Hopefully in July, I can bring that average back up over 7 hours. Now, in saying that, as you can see from the following trend, my deep sleep average had declined from February through to May. Now, this must be noted that in May, I also was only sleeping with a bed sheet, and possibly the end of April. So although my total sleep time had increased, my deep sleep had decreased. And it was in May at some point that I was made aware of the weighted blanket, or the heavy blanket, of something of that effect that has a positive impact on deep sleep. So as you can see on the bed over there, I invested in one. Now, the weighted blanket I got is a 9 kilo weighted blanket. Now, there's a bunch of brands out there and a bunch of options available. So if it is something that you're interested in, I suggest that you do some research before you invest in one and find the type of weighted blanket that's suitable for you. Now, this one's a 9 kilo weighted blanket, which is about as heavy as they come from what I can see. And the recommendation is about 10% of your body weight is what is recommended. Now for me, this one is a little bit heavy, but I would prefer it to be a little bit heavy than a little bit light. And initially upon using it, it did take a little bit of getting used to, but after using it for the last month or so, it seems to be quite comfortable now. But anyway, looking back at the trend, as you can see, the weighted blanket was implemented in June. And it also must be mentioned that I was on a holiday for 6 days in June, so it wasn't used for the total of June. But nevertheless, my total deep sleep has increased by about 50% for the month of June, just from one simple change, the weighted blanket. And considering that my total sleep declined in June, it's quite remarkable that my deep sleep increased by so much. So it appears that for me, the weighted blanket is having a positive effect on my deep sleep. Now, in saying that, at the beginning of June, I was able to hit the all-time personal best for reps on the deadlift, as you can see here. moving forward, hopefully I can at least maintain this level of deep sleep, if not increase it further with a couple of other little tricks that I've heard about that I'm going to try for the next month. But also July, I don't have that many distractions as far as my schedule goes, so I should be able to bring that total sleep back up, and hopefully that will increase the deep sleep even further. Because as you all know, yes, I've hit a personal best there with the deadlift, but I'm not yet satisfied with the current goals. I have higher goals that I'm chasing, and all these little things that I've been implementing over the last 2 years of being ketogenic are all adding up, and they're improving my performance. But anyway, I just thought I would share what I've found with everybody. So there you have it. The weighted blanket seems to be a winner from what I can see. If you've experienced anything similar, don't be afraid to leave a comment or make contact, and I'll be more than happy to discuss, because like I say, I'm trying to improve my performance, and anything that could help along the way will be muchly appreciated. So anyway guys, there you have it, sleep hack number 1, the weighted blanket. It's a winner. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.